Dreamers, Shelly, Willis, and Holli Seidel with the Cannon Builders Dream Team. It's Wednesday.
What's up?
What's up?
People probably get tired of hearing us go,
Yeah,
what's up?
no.
But, you know,
We need to add on our countdown, our theme song, or something.
We do. We
So
need
many
characters.
Characters. We've been saying that for how long? Oh, you know what, guys? We wanted to talk to you a little bit today about upgrades that pay off at resale. We get asked all the time. I mean, obviously, the sky's the limit when you're building, right? We can put just about anything into a home that a person may want, but at the end of the day, there's only so much money that somebody can spend. So we really want to try to help you put your money where it's best well spent, and that is in some upgrades. It's going to help you. Let's face it, this is probably not going to be your forever home, more than likely, even though we hear that all the time. People say, oh, this is going to be my last house. I'm like, okay, no, it's not. But
We'll see in 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, you have to really look at it as though this may not be your forever home, and what's going to help sell your house, versus maybe your neighbor's house that might be up for sale. You really want to have a little bit of an advantage on that.
Absolutely. So some of the things you first think of typically are structure, and you're right to go there.
Yep.
You want to put your money where you are going to have the most bang for your buck. So the first thing you want to kind of hit on would be structure. So those sorts of things are going to be like your ceiling height. Do you want a vault? Do you want 9-foot ceilings, 10-foot ceilings? Do you want a 9-foot pour, 10-foot pour? Do you want a walkout? Another big thing is home site choice. Where are you building it? Do you want to be on something that backs to woods? Do you want to be something closer to the pool because it's more of a family community? Those are things you need to think about for resale purposes, just so you're on the up and up and you're ahead of the game before you even get listed on the market.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though sometimes we kind of get stuck into today's trends, which is fine. I know a lot of the trends that's going on right now, I feel will stay for a long time. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, there are also trends that are going to fade out in time. So you want to make sure you stay away from those types of trends. Let's face it, everybody, the kitchen, the master bathroom, that's the focal points of any house. That's a luxury. They want that luxury. So we tend to try to help people spend their money there, as well as, like you said, the structural, the higher ceilings, the granite countertops, quartz countertops, stick with something that's not too trendy, something that's going to, have no life shelf. So, I don't know, can you think of...
I think like hard floors are important too, because while you think about it and you're like, I could do hardwood floors later. Absolutely you can, but you're going to tear out that carpet, that vinyl, or that tile, whatever's there, and put your hard floors in. So you're going to have rip out fees, you're going to have installation fees, and you're basically paying for it twice. So if you can afford it up front, do it now. Put those sorts of things in, because if I walk into a home and I see hardwood floors throughout, and I go to the neighbor's house that is also for sale and they have carpet, do you know where I'm going to go? Right. I'm going to go directly to the hard floors. It feels more sanitary, it feels fresh, clean, new, and quite frankly, it's timeless. Color choices are important too when you're making design choice, like Shelly was saying earlier, granite countertops, quartz countertops. You don't want to go with something trendy. A lot of times we see people get a little crazy with their backsplash, and while that's not really structural, it is a pain in the butt to tear it out.
Exactly.
So you want to do something clean that can be traditional, and it could be dressed up or down. It could be black tie or it could be sweatpants, realistically, depending on how you're living in your home. So if you get a natural countertop and maybe you throw some cute funky towels in the kitchen or a cute rug, you're going to really stay with the trends, but you've got a timeless classic home.
Absolutely. And one thing, a lot of times cabinets, everybody's like, oh, I can paint cabinets. Yeah, you can paint cabinets. I mean, there's tons of companies that do that now, but the one thing that you're never going to do is take down a standard cabinet of, say, 30 inches to go to a 42 inch, because, I mean, that's costly. So if you have taller ceilings, we're definitely going to advise you that you need some taller cabinets on there. And maybe you choose white, and 5 years, white's definitely not as trendy as it was today. They can be painted, fairly inexpensively. So, absolutely. But you can't necessarily change out those cabinets inexpensively. So.
And another thing you're going to want to think about is your lower level. Yeah. You don't have to finish it to make resale boom, but you are going to want to think for that next buyer. You may not want a bathroom in your lower level, but let's face it, if you're building new construction and you can put a rough-in an area that either your design fits with, or maybe your builder has told you this is a common area for it to be in, a rough-in is going to sell itself, because that person, again, if I have a choice of a house with no rough-in or a house with a rough-in, I don't want to rip up concrete. You know, so I know that they put a little forethought into it, and I'm going to be able to put that bathroom in later on because now I've got some equity in the home.
Absolutely.
So those sorts of things can be done later, but can they be done affordably and easy? Think about those types of things, because those are going to help you for resale purposes.
Absolutely. And speaking of the lower level, we may have touched on it and I missed it, but getting a taller basement floor is huge, and it is not as expensive as you would think it would be, and it is going to pay off. Whether you are going to finish that lower level or the next buyer, let me just tell you, it makes a huge difference in that basement for that to have a taller ceiling height. So
it does.
yeah.
Absolutely, it does. Well, I hope that this is helpful, you guys. There are so many more things that we could touch on today, but we just wanted to kind of hit a couple of the most important ones that come to mind when we first think about it. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop us an email or a text, and we'll be happy to answer your questions.
Take care.
Bye-bye.